Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon. How's everyone?
Great. Good.
Beautiful. Glad to hear that. This morning's mindset. Okay, we had a few people. Okay. Was that motivational this morning?
Very.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm going to show a clip of it, but I'm also going to do a quick little presentation on Rudy Ridger. Okay. How many have seen the actual movie Rudy? Yeah, it's an awesome movie. Okay. And I think it kind of coincides to real estate because of the struggles and challenges that we as real estate professionals deal on a regular basis. So, as soon as Chris Rivera does his lending updates, some updates that we have, and then we're going to also talk about our stats as well. I just want to dive deep into that conversation because I think it's important to have that motivation as we get into the Easter weekend. So, you guys ready? Are you ready? Come on. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Who wants to volunteer? Who's a volunteer today? No volunteers. All right, Joe. Joe McMahon is a volunteer. And Joe, come up here real quick. Let's give Joe a round of applause, please. Come on, Joe.
Old man, and my vision isn't good. Let's see if
It's
I can
okay.
do this.
Yes, you can.
Mission: to provide agents with a place where they will be empowered, trained, and motivated to experience growth, wealth, and a legacy that allows them to live their best life possible.
Our beliefs. When the bell, go for it.
When the values of your company align with your own beliefs, you know you found a professional home. Your professional.
Our vision.
To achieve amazing professional and personal development so that Keller Williams South Bay remains the agency
Of joy. Yes. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, definitely. We definitely appreciate you being part of this amazing organization and part of KW, and I think it just resonates the importance of why we do this cadence every team meeting, just to remind us all, the importance of why you chose this amazing company. So, all right, let's continue. Next slide. All right, so you probably didn't see any food out there. And the reason is because we're going to have our spring Easter lunch right after our team meeting. So around 1 o'clock, that's when we'll do the festivities. Okay. And please make sure this is going towards KW Cares. Any small donations will definitely help with that cost. Okay. Any questions regarding lunch today? Okay, cool. Next slide. Christy is here just yet. So we'll go ahead and skip this. She's going to be our food sponsor, so she'll probably be here a little later. So next slide, please. Just a reminder, this Friday, staff will be off for Good Friday, okay? Office will be open, but staff will not be here in observance of Good Friday, okay? So make sure you bring your fob because the doors will be locked, okay? Kind of similar to what you see on the weekends, okay? So if you need to work, office is available. Just make sure you bring your fob or make sure you reach out to one of us in the staff to make sure you get a fob as well. Okay. Questions, thoughts around Friday? We all good? All right. Let's continue. Next slide. And I know Nat wants to talk a little bit about this. She's not going to be physically in the training room. So Natalie, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for signing up. We got so many more volunteers last week, and I wanted to thank you all for that. We're looking really good on our grill crew, but right now we could use some help with morning duty. I know it's super early, 7 to 9 a.m., but we have the whole picnic ground this year. So we have like 35 tables that need covering and setting up. So if you are available, we would love your help. Just send me an email or stop by my office and let me know if you're available to help with the morning crew. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Isn't she awesome?
Yeah. Yes, she is.
You know, just the voice, so pleasant. All right, so I'm super excited about this next Thursday, the 24th, here at the KW. Here at the KW office, we're going to be hosting the closer. So top real estate agents, head to head in a battle of experience and charismatic approach. So we have agents from the Long Beach office, from the South Bay office, from the PV office, going to duke it out toe to toe and do a competition. So I would encourage you, just because it's here at the office, come early. Okay, come early. It starts at 10 o'clock, but I would say be here around 9:15. Just to make sure that you're up in the front, got some good seats, because once 10 o'clock comes, we're going to start right on time. And if you don't have a good seat, you're going to be probably back here somewhere, okay? We don't want that to happen. We want all of the South Bay agents to be up in the front. It's going to be a great competition, friendly competition, but you get to see some of the most experienced agents that are closing deals left and right, give their best in front of all of you. So this is an opportunity for you to write down notes, okay, maybe record it, and utilize some of the tools that they do to get listings, to get buyers, to get investors. That simple. So who's committed to coming? Okay, all of you should be. All right. Next Thursday, the 24th, 10 a.m. Do you see any familiar faces here? Absolutely. We're rooting for our team, right? Who was last year's winner?
Eric.
Eric Claudio. Yes.
He went bold.
Yeah. Okay. So now he has some good competition. He's a top performer in Long Beach. Bob Willock is a good co-caller. Christina Blue, amazing agent, does a lot of deals with her and her team. Jay Tan, you know, you've seen him in our Ignite sessions. You know, he's a farmer. He goes out there and prospects. So you get to hear some different scenarios and ways to maneuver those conversations. So that way you sign more listings, sign more buyer consultation agreements, and get more deals into escrow. Okay. So again, next Thursday, the 24th, 10 o'clock here at the office. Make sure again to be here early. Okay. Questions, thoughts, concerns? Okay. Next up, we have Chris Rivera. With Arbor Financials, Chris.
Thanks, Simon.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. All right, there's a lot to go over. I'm gonna try to make it quick. I came up here last week and showed you guys, kind of, you know, should you rent or should you own? If you guys remember that presentation, and the rent payment was half of what the mortgage payment was, but it did make sense after 7 years why you should buy, because you're losing so much money on the table, right? Row, is it Natalie or Row today?
It's on net.
Yeah, next screen. So part of the presentation I showed you was a monthly payment that was like $8,000. And I was really trying to show you guys that there's a lot of down payment program out there right now that would be able to help your borrowers get in. Because let's face it, here in LA County, it's a high cost area, right? So people have good incomes, but it's hard for them to save them. So these down payment assistance programs are really designed to help people buy their first home. And that's really what we've always been kind of geared to think, is they have to be a first home buyer. But I want to tell you, there's a lot of programs that have been introduced over the last few months that are now targeting just people who want to buy. It doesn't have to be a first time home buyer. It can be someone who owns property now. It can be someone who owned property a year ago who sold, thought the market was going to tank, and they were incorrect because it kept going up. Natalie, next screen. So I wanted to show you this program that I found a few months ago that is ideal for anyone out there. Does not need to be a first-time home buyer. And there's no income limits. This is complete reversal of what we've been taught to all down payment assistance programs, right? Has to be a first-time home buyer. There's going to be income limits that are going to severely impact what they can qualify. It's based on an FHA loan, and they're gonna do 100% financing for your client. They're gonna do 2 loans for them, and they have 2 different variations of it. But they're gonna do the first at 96.5%, and then they're gonna do a second concurrently for the other 3.5%, right? And they have 2 different versions of it. There's forgivable and repayable. Interest rates vary depending on what program you want, but it's designed to get people to be able to buy homes. And again, they can already have a house. Maybe they live in a condo right now and they're sick of the condo. And well, if they take equity out of their condo and try to rent it out, it becomes negative cash flow. They really don't want to do that, but they want to do the step up and buy a house now, right? Well, they can do that as long as they can qualify because they can use this program. They do it up to a high balance loan limit. Here in LA County, that's $1,209,000. That's the loan amount. Well, there's different pricing between conforming and high balance, but I just want to show you that someone can buy about 150,000, or I'm sorry, not 150, 1.25 is the sale price with a little down of 3.5%, and they can get into this program. And the lender will do the first and second for the client. Now, I don't know if you guys, if you even thought about that, but 1.25, 100% financing, this program allows it. And there's no income limits, so as long as they qualify, they get it, right? They don't have a restriction of being a first-time home buyer, so it can be anyone. I'm gonna show you pricing on the next slide, but they're gonna do it under a repayable. You can either do 3.5% back for your down payment, or 5%, which covers some of the closing costs. They'll do a forgivable loan, like you guys all call me all the time wanting to have the grant programs. Those are forgivable loans. That's what the grant program is all about. So this copies grant program, so you can do the forgivable type 2. After 5 years, it's forgiven, right? And they'll give up to 3.5% for the down payment, again, making it 100% financing. Only purchases, right? And they'll do it for 1 or 2 units. They'll allow for gift. It's normal FHA guidelines, which is huge. Because one of the biggest problems besides the income limits for first-time homebuyer programs is that the first-time homebuyer program governs the debt-to-income ratio. So it's really the qualifying power of your buyer, right? Yeah, we get into the program, now they're going to cap their DTI at 45%. That severely impacts their buying power, right? Forget the income limit, it's the fact their DTI is governed, and that really severely impacts them. This one doesn't have one. It goes off FHA guidelines. So in a sense, a borrower can be 47/57 in their debt to income ratios, which means that maybe there's some income on the file that we can't use because of whatever reason. Maybe they have gig income that truly they're getting for the last year, but they don't meet the 2-year requirement. So I can't use the gig income, but it's there, it's still coming in, right? That's why you want to push the ratios, the qualifying ratios. They will allow up to a 57% back end to allow the borrower in, right? But it has to make sense to the client. All of this will explain to the client when they're getting pre-approved. But it goes all the way down to a 660 minimum FICO score, right? Natalie, next slide. So let's look at pricing. I want to show you, this is the same thing that I did last week on an FHA loan, right? Sale price of 800,000, down payments 3.5%, that's 28 grand. So your base loan is 772. But on an FHA loan, they have an upfront mortgage insurance, which is 1 3/4%. The base loan amount, that's 13.5. So your total loan amount is 785,510. The reason why I show this slide is because the next screen is an FHA loan. Natalie, next slide. So we know the loan amount is going to be 785,500 because they're going to finance the upfront mortgage insurance. It's all right up here. This rate is 7.25. We're doing an FHA conforming forgivable 3.5%, right? So the rate's 7.25. Today, principal, interest, tax, insurance, everything out the door, $67.14. That's on an $800,000 purchase price, right? 100% financing. They need their down payment, 28 grand. You're going to have 2 types of closing costs. You're going to have the closing costs of the non-recurring closing costs, hard costs, lender, escrow, title fees, right? It's about 1%. It's about 8 grand. And then you're gonna have to set up your impound account about 8,500. All in, the client's gonna need 44.5. That's any client out there that's trying to buy a house with an FHA loan and 800,000. That's the requirement. Pretty close to it. But this program will give them the down payment. That's 28,000. They're buying an $800,000 home with just 16 grand. They don't need to be a first-time home buyer. There's no income limits. And we're gonna go off of FHA guidelines, right? That's huge. Now, I'm showing this because last week I came up here and showed you why you should take this program over renting for $4,000, right? It made sense last week, and this payment's even lower than what it was last week, right? Because the rate's just a little bit lower. But you guys already understand why you should buy versus rent. Now we have the programs to help your clients buy. 100% financing, no income limits, does not need to be a first-time home buyer program, right? Next slide. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to come up here and since I had the ability to talk again, just to kind of piggyback off what I presented last week to show these programs are there. Like, if you haven't called me to talk to your clients, this is the time to do it. Have me talk to your clients so I can show them why they should buy versus rent. Let's talk about the tax benefits. Let's talk about the appreciation. Let's talk about your rent payment. If you don't do anything, how that's going to continue to increase, right? I'm here to be your right-hand person. So when you guys meet a client, it's taken you a long time to finally establish that relationship. You want to make sure your client is getting the right information, right? And that's what I'm here for. So I'm going to leave you because I know he's got a big agenda plan today. Is there any questions?
The DPA, what does it require in terms of FICO score? Is that 660?
660, right? It's going to be and it's like any other loan. It's priced based on your FICO score. The lower the FICO score, the higher the rate, right? The better the FICO score, the lower the rate. Yes.
What's the max amount that they can purchase?
That's going to be up to what they're qualified for. So it's based on their own unique situation, what's their income, what's their debt load, all that. But we will take it up to a maximum high balance conforming loan limit, which is 1.209,
Okay.
right? That's the highest. Now, do they qualify for that? Don't know. We'd have to look at the documentation.
Do you have a flyer we can forward to our clients?
I do not, but I can work on one, right? I can kind of do that. Matt, if you go back 4 slides to all the information, do you want the information? That slide? One more before this one.
Not working.
Do you guys want the information one or do you guys like the payment ones? It's actually before that, sorry, Dad. Both? Okay, yes, I can. I can. If you guys can do me a favor, because there's so many more of you than me, I can't write all your names down. Can you guys shoot me an email and just say, hey, please send me, and I can send both slides to you.
Okay.
Yes,
So we just have our client call you. correct?
absolutely. That's the bad handoff because we all know what happens, right? The client doesn't, and then says, well, I called it, he didn't call me back. No, you didn't call me because
Yeah.
it would be on my cell phone.
Right.
The best handoff is either text us, joint, me and your client. That's the best way, because now I got the phone number, right? Because that was their text. Or to do it with an email and putting both contact information. Hi, Chris, or hi, John Doe. I want to introduce you to Chris Rivera of Arbor Financial, and he's my lender in the house.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to connect to get pre-approved. Chris, John Doe's phone number is, whatever it is. John, Chris's phone number is 310-782-4039, right? That's the proper handoff, because now I have the contact information and there's a record of that lead, so I can call them, right? And then I can follow up with you.
That's exactly how, that's what I was wondering about, like how to like, kind of like document, so that way I know that they.
Yeah, this is the best way, because then I have a record. Email's easy, because then it's saved too, right? So if I want to go back to it, I got all the contact information in the email.
I think that only the income, you said no limit for income, so what that means.
That means they can have an income of $1 million a year, and they can still get in that program.
How about it's low, is the income very low
Well,
income?
you get low income, then you're not going to qualify for much, right? So. Yes.
If they're like a business owner, or, you know what I mean, like if they own their own business, they're got like employees by somebody. can they take advantage of this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So just because they're self-employed does not mean they can't take advantage of this program. They can. They just have to qualify, right? We're gonna have to get 2 years tax return, see what their Schedule C or Schedule E income looks like, and then qualify based on that. And if they don't, then they can't get into this program, but I have other bank statement programs that'll help that borrower.
That's fine.
But they're gonna require a down payment for those.
I have your old email address. What is it now?
It is Chris Rivera at arborfg.com. And there was one other question.
And it's 2 years, right, of income,
Or,
or to qualify, it has to be two.
no, not necessarily. 2 year requirement is only for a self-employed borrower,
Oh,
right? Or if I have a secondary income, like I have a primary job and a second job, the second job has to be, in effect, they have to have both jobs for 2 years.
what if they just got recently got like promoted, like when they get
We'll
promoted?
give them, if they're W-2, we're gonna give them their promotional income, whatever that promotion was, right? And if they were in school and they just got a job for the first time, I'm gonna give them their base income. Whatever that happens to be, as long as I can see an employment contract.
So,
Yeah. Anything else? Yes.
Single family only or?
No, this will go 1 or 2 units.
Okay.
Yeah, and the loan limits go up higher for 2 units too. Little hard to qualify sometimes, but you know, it's case by case. But the whole thing is I want you guys to understand that it's better to buy than rent, right? That's what we covered last week. And I'm showing you how they can buy with virtually no money out of pocket. Now, they're only coming in with 2%. That's typically what happens, it's 2% based on the sale price. But they should have some skin in the game. And really, if they're buying $1 million property and they don't have $20,000 in the bank, we need to take a step back and say, well, should we even lend to that person, right? Because if you haven't shown the propensity to be able to save and qualify for that, something's going wrong, right? You need to be able to at least come up with 2%. Any other questions? All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, Chris. Good information for sure. The money's still there. All right. Let's go on. Listing pitches, buyer needs and wants. Any coming soons? Anyone want to pitch their listings? Needs and wants?
I have
Yes,
a 3-bedroom, 2-bath listing in Van Nuys coming up actually today. It's a condo and it's only $525. It's right off the freeway in a very desirable part of Van Nuys. So if anybody knows anybody, the association dues are $325 and it is super beautiful and clean.
beautiful. Yes, Shamika,
Buyer need,
thank you.
duplex and triplex is 1.2. The highest budget, and they're looking either in the, like, Winnetka, Ontario, Pomona, those are like, those areas.
Winnetka is a walk away from Van Nuys. I'm just saying.
By me, everybody else can.
Awesome. Thank you, Shamika. Yes, Homa, then Ellie, and then Eric.
Okay, yeah, I just, I just got a listing in Gardena, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, a little bit over 1,000 square feet. It's a really good size, 775, it's more, you can still see, but it's livable, it's being rented right now, so we're gonna get it ready to put it coming soon on Friday, and then hopefully in a week start showing it, so.
What area of Gardena?
It's in the west side Gardena, I'll give you that,
Okay.
all right, thank you.
Homa?
I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath off market. So it has to be through word of mouth, no marketing. In RPV close to Terranea, it's 1,400 square foot, $925,000.
Beautiful, thank you. Eric?
Yeah, hi, I'm Eric with the Human Food Team. We have a property in Torrance. It is 23730 Walter Avenue. It's gonna be on the market on the 10th of May. If anybody wants to look at it or any more info, it's 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, fully remodeled, and it's looking at 135. And then a duplex in San Pedro is 900. And it's at 19th and Mesa. 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom in the front, and same in the back with parking for 4 cars in a driveway, 2 garage spots. And then 700 East Ocean Avenue in Long Beach, unit 1208. Is also 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Renovated, and it'll be $950. If anybody's interested.
What's the San Pedro address?
430. 19th Street. All, it's completely vacant. All vacant. Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome. Anyone else?
I got one.
Yes. And then you'll go after a little bit. Yes.
I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in Riverside. It's a 3.5 Nash. It is 1,644 square feet. The lot is 69. It's priced to sell at 569. It does need a little work, but they're motivated in April.
Wonderful.
And I have a buyer who's actually looking for the triplex or a quad up to 1.2. Looking in South LA, the South Bay, somewhere along Pico Rivera, those areas. And yeah, he would like at least one unit to be vacant.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Thank you.
And I still,
Yes.
Maryville, and I still have the buyer, it could be 15 to 20 units, in Thornton. Everything will be perfect, yeah. No, whatever.
Awesome. Anyone else? Buyer needs and wants, listing pitches. Okay, well, let's go ahead and continue. All right, broker update. Next slide, please. All right, I said it earlier, and I was talking about it early in the producer's mindset this morning at 8 o'clock. The Rudy mindset, winning in real estate against all odds. How many have seen the movie? It's a movie that I believe it was in the 90s. How many have seen the movie? Okay. Yeah. What's the movie about?
Young man who wanted to play football.
Okay.
Well, not ever given up.
Okay. What else? Okay. So it's a true story. First and foremost, it's a true story about Rudy Ruettiger. Okay. And what's so inspiring of the movie is the mindset that he had against all odds. Family didn't believe in him. As a little kid, he was in the kitchen, in the family room, with the family. Father was a big Notre Dame guy. He really loved Notre Dame. And he's looking at the football game and he's saying, one day I'm going to be playing for the Notre Dame football team as a kid. Family kind of chuckles and laughs about it, because this guy's a small guy. He's about, when he grows up, he's about 5'5", 5'6". Okay. Rudy's quote is, in this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. Now, I want you to jot this down, write it down, put it on your computer, your tablet, on your phone, the movie Rudy, okay? If you have not seen the movie, I would encourage you, watch it this weekend. Now, it is a tearjerker, okay? It's going to make you cry, okay? But it's an inspirational movie that I think it coincides to what we do in the daily grind. All right, now, next slide. So Rudy's story is a recap. Undersized, undervalued, overlooked. Face learning disabilities, financial hardship, and rejection. He had one thing. He was unshakable, believed in relentless effort. He was a person that didn't see anything but with the main goal was to be able to be part of Notre Dame and to be part of a team. All he wanted to prove to his family is that he could wear the jersey and be out in the field. Okay. Next slide. So the real estate agent parallel, okay? The challenges agents face. Deals fall apart, right? We want all our deals to go as smooth as possible, right? And for the most part, they usually are, right? But then you have setbacks, you have walls, you have obstacles, you have issues, right? Clients ghost you, fear of cold calling, feeling not good enough. These are reasons to stop, and these are your reps, okay? Just like the mindset of Rudy, he had a very stringent mindset that regardless of what people told him, the negativity, you cannot do it, it's impossible. He looked right through it. It wasn't easy, okay? And one, just to get into the University of Notre Dame was a challenge in itself. But he set a goal and he stuck to that goal regardless of what surrounded him. Next slide. Rule number one, you know your why. Rudy's why was to play for Notre Dame. What is your why? Is it financial freedom, time with family, or is it building a legacy? That's your destination. And all of you have your own why, right? Why do we get into real estate? Why did you get your real estate license? Why did you go to real estate school? Why did you join KW, right? There's a why to everything. Well, Rudy's why was he was inspired to go and play against all odds. Exercise and write your Notre Dame why. Next slide. Get in the field. Rudy didn't play for most of his time. He just wanted to dress out. He kept showing up for practice, taking hits, being told you're not good enough. In real estate, showing up to the office, attending trainings, making calls, hosting open houses, building the skill sets, joining the team meetings, right? Role playing, practicing your contracts, your negotiations, right? This is to enhance your ability, right? To feel confident in your stand when you're in front of a buyer, in front of a seller, in front of an investor, or possibly even a developer. Okay? A developer that says, I believe in you, okay, to sell this $50 million project. As an investor, I believe in you that once I flip this property, you're going to do an amazing job to give me the most you can possibly get. Squeeze every amount that I can make out of this, right? In your ability. Or working with the buyer and the seller. Folks, you chose this career. I chose this career. Affiliates chose to be part of this. Remember, you're on this bus. You're driving this bus. You employ more people. Can I ask your permission to tell you how? As a real estate agent, once you open escrow, one, you're securing opportunities for many people. The lender gets to go to work, and on the success and closing, the lender gets paid. The opposing agent that you're in escrow gets paid. The escrow that both agree to, they get paid. The title company gets paid. The home inspection gets paid. The appraisal gets paid. There's a lot of moving parts to a transaction, right? Because of your ability to close deals. It doesn't matter who you represent, if it's the buyer or the seller. The point being is you employ a lot of people. And this is why people want your business, because they stay afloat. Does that make sense? Okay. Next slide. Ignore the naysayers. Even his own family doubted him. So did his coaches. So did his classmates. As agents, that's not a stable career. You're not a great salesperson. Rudy didn't listen to any of that stuff. He heard it, he absorbed it, but he just let it go. Because again, the trajectory that he wanted to go was to play for the Notre Dame football team. Next slide. And the beauty is, and what we do is you can always ask for help, right? Rudy had mentors. Rudy had a priest, because he didn't start automatically at Notre Dame. He had to go to a junior college adjacent to the school. But he built that momentum. He got the grades that he needed to be able to transfer. And he only transferred after almost 3.5 years. He was a senior when he got accepted to Notre Dame. Okay. Imagine if that was us, the struggle and the challenges, right? Next slide. You definitely need to celebrate all of the small wins, right? What are some of the small wins? Getting your offer accepted, getting into escrow, the request of repairs that you negotiated with the opposing agent, the sellers agreed to, right? Finding out that the lender was able to qualify your client, and to your surprise and the buyer's surprise, you know, it's a good price point where you're going to make a decent compensation for it, right? All of those can be small wins. Booking an appointment, sending 5 follow-ups, opening escrow, and then finishing your daily 10-4. Next slide. The challenge this week. Pick an area you're scared. If it's picking up the phone, cold calling, if it's door knocking. Rudy showed up, he got hit, but he kept going forward. Commit and execute. Okay. And that's the problem with a lot of, I hate to say, a lot of entrepreneurs. They don't execute, they don't commit. Okay. Because they believe that they have the freedom to do what they need to do whenever they want to do. But you got to discipline yourself every single day. You got to treat real estate as a job, ladies and gentlemen, and devote and dedicate. Because the top performers that are closing deals left and right, they know that it has to be a commitment, but it has to also be treated as a job. And that's why you see results where others complain. Make sense? Rudy didn't complain. He was very positive into one section, okay, where he literally said he quits. Okay, after being so positive as a kid, teenager, as a young adult, he does say he quits. And I'm going to show you a video clip in a minute. Okay, next slide. So the final thought, having dreams is what makes life tolerable. Rudy Ruettiger said that real estate is hard. It's also worth it. The dream is yours to chase. Hustle like nobody's watching. Okay. Think about this. As negative things come your way on a consistent basis, right? Family, business, okay? And sometimes we absorb a lot of that stuff, right? We take in all that. We're going to have bad days. This weekend, I had a bad day. Really bad day. My plumbing went out. I had plumbing issues with the water from the main to the house. Now, the entire inside of the house is completely brand new. Plumbing was redone last year. But from the main meter to the house wasn't. And I had someone come in and do some work, installing some cameras, and that's how he found out. I didn't even know because I didn't go inside of the house. But he says, "Hey, by the way, you know, you have a water leak." I do. I looked, and I'll be darned. So he started digging. It was a puddle. Then the following day, when I got the plumber says, "Oh, by the way, not just here, but you also on the main, you have a water leak." And I thought maybe it was on the city side. No, it was on my side. So that means I'm responsible for it. Bad day, because I had the Sunday already planned. Well, because of that, the guys ended up staying there almost 6 hours, you know, because they had to dig and redo some of the plumbing. So that's a pretty bad day and can be very expensive. But from the bad that it is, there's always a good for it, right? You got to look at the positive from it. So, next slide. One more thing to believe, okay? And this is what you're going to hear from the actual quote and the video clip that I'm going to show. You're 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing, and you're hung in there with the best college football team in the land. Real estate isn't about being the biggest. It's about showing up, staying in, giving everything. You got this. Be Rudy at your office. Okay. All right. Now, next slide with perseverance and having the right attitude. Okay. The gentleman that he was talking to was the janitor. If you've seen the movie, you'll understand that the janitor, when he walked in for the first time to the stadium, he was at awe because he's never been there physically, but he's seen it in TV. And the janitor says, "Hey, kid, you're not supposed to be here." And the first thing that Rudy says is, "One day I will be playing for the University of Notre Dame. One day I will be walking out or running out of that tunnel." Okay. So I'll leave it to your imagination. Okay. Of what happens. So how does that coincide with real estate? Because that's our daily grind and our daily struggles, right? We make a commitment, we call, we door knock, we pass up flyers, we do open houses, we do everything, and the end results is sometimes negative, right? We don't get anything. We can go on weeks, we can go on months, and we don't get anything. The frustration starts kicking in, right? Well, maybe this is just not for me. Maybe I'm in the wrong line of field. Maybe I should look at something else. And I think Fred had said it best, the Nike slogan, right? Just do it, right? Just do it. Imagine if you were just to adjust it a little bit, instead of saying just do it, just say just one more. Just one more call. Just one more door knock. Just one more hour of prospecting. And I can promise you, you will see results. With that, thoughts, questions, or concerns? Who's going to watch the movie now? You should be raising your hand. It should be on Netflix. It's a great movie. So thank you again for listening to me rumble about this. I only wanted to bring it today was because I actually saw it on Saturday. I was going through movies and I said, I haven't seen Rudy in a long time. And then I thought, gosh, you know what? This is such a great movie. I got to talk about it at our team meeting. So thank you for listening to me. So we have Christy Buscemi with Over Public Home Warranty. So give her a round of applause. How are you?
Hi, it's Christy B, Over Public Home Warranty. And I'm going to second that on Rudy. It is a classic. Everyone should watch it. It's a great movie. And with that being said, I think this might be the one and only time I'm going to ask you or like maybe encourage you to pull out your phones. Anyone that has them. I wanted to, well, there's a prize too. Anyone that signed up for our toolbox today, which takes less than 60 seconds, will receive a lotto ticket and a chance to be a billionaire. So you go to orhp.com. And there's going to be a toolbox there, and it's going to say free account. It's going to ask you for your name, your office, just very basic information. And then they're going to send you an email. Just accept the email to whatever email address you enter. For those of you who are already a member of the toolbox, you still apply. Just show me how the toolbox, it'll hand you a lotto ticket. But I think it's really cool because when you place an order with Over Public, our mission is to help you stay connected with your homeowners. Not only are we going to help you with claims and moving forward should something go wrong, which we all know I do. Also, if you have service and it goes well, it's going to send you, well, anytime, it's going to send you an email that says your client at 4256 Fifth Street received service and we spent $1,200 on that order. And it's in a very nice looking email that you can either forward to your client or send it to the call. It's a great example. Hey, it's not a issue. Second job on your realtor for lunch. right? It just helps us keep those little moments. For anniversaries and a year, we'll send you a pre-done email that says, happy anniversary with your name, your picture, your logo. It's all customized. So right now all you have to do is put in very basic information and send the email, but later, or now if you want, you can go into profile and just add your business picture, your logo. It's all customized for you. And after you set up your profile, you never have to do it again. You can make a calendar for every month of the year in less than 5 minutes. Customized with your name, your logo, your picture. Open house signups, your name, your logo, your picture. It takes about 10 clicks, and you can either email, print, or save. There's a moving checklist. There's a ton of stuff if you look under those customizable tools, right? If you're paying for the home warranty for your client as a gift, there's a congratulations on your new home. You know, I provided the home warranty for you. And it's just a nice little touch to include. But also, let's say it's Sunday and I'm out of the country and you're like, shoot, did I give my client washer, dryer, refrigerator? All you do is open up your toolbox and it'll show you all your properties, what you got for them, but also how much we've spent on them. So I know that sometimes you only hear the bad stuff, but you might be surprised at the good stuff on how much money we actually spend on your clients, because I think that that's really important, you know, to celebrate the good and not so much the bad, but that you know what reality looks like, because sometimes it might feel like it's deny, deny, deny. And those of you who have an issue, please don't call the 1-800 number after there's an issue. Please call my cell. Text me, email me, however you want to communicate. I'm extremely adaptable. My only job is to make your life easy. When you open escrow, forward me to RPA, I'll do all the work for you. I'll send it to your TCs, escrow. I'll reach out to your buyers, sellers, whoever you want me to. Not more work for you, less work for you. I want to make sure that I'm getting you everything that I possibly can for whatever dollar amount you allowed your homeowners, because we're one of the only things that stays with your clients after the close of escrow. And which plan you choose matters. What company you choose matters. And what rep you choose matters, because we're not all equal in any of the categories. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. But what you're probably wondering about is what's for lunch. So I made a baked ravioli, mixed veggies, homemade dressings. There's a dill ranch and a balsamic, honey mustard balsamic, and lots and lots. Oh, homemade tiramisu. One of my favorites. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be out there. Anyone that decided to join the toolbox, please let me know. And I have a bunch of lottery tickets here to give out. So thank you. I appreciate you all. Your orders mean everything. Simon's right. When you open a transaction, it helps us too. You know, we live off those things. We work on commission just like you do. And I know a lot of you write my name, email, and everything in the RPA, but if you don't give it to me, there's no self-populate. And a lot of times I don't get credit, which means I don't get paid either. So if you could please send me the orders, I'd be extremely grateful. And if there's anything special you need from me, just let me know and I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna pass up these eggs. Do not open it, okay? Just hold on to it, okay? So can you do me a favor and just get one only and pass it on? Just one. Chrissy, can you do me a favor and help with that, please, okay? Just take one egg, do not open it, just keep it, okay?
Okay.
Just keep it, because there may be a surprise in there, okay? Let's continue while we're doing that. So let's do the stats. Next slide. Okay, don't open it. All right, so El Segundo, we have 12 new listings, 21 active, 8 pending, closed 10, days on market 22 days. Average sales price was 1,493. Medium sales price was 1.312. Next slide. Manhattan Beach had 33 new listings, 84 active, 20 pending, 34 closings. Days on market on average was 37. Average sales price was 3.5. Medium sales price was 3.1. Next slide. Hermosa, 25 new listings, 53 active, 14 pending. Closed sales 14. Days on market 23. Average sales price 3.1 and medium size price point was 2.225. Next slide. Redondo Beach, new listing 68, active 121, pending 58. closed sales 58, days on market 32 days. Average sales price was 1.738, medium sales price was 1.697. Next slide. Torrance, 104 new listings, 142 active listings, 68 pending, 76 sales. Days on market is 20. Average sales price is 1116. Medium was 1085. Next slide. City of Lawndale. 13 new listings, active 18, pending 3, closed sales 5, days on market 24. Average sales price is 871. Medium sales price is 840. Next slide. Hawthorne is 33 new listings, active 62, 6 pending, 10 closed, days on market 33. Average sales price is 986. Medium sales price is 960. Wow. City of Hawthorne. Next slide. Gardena, 41 new listings, 69 active, 26 pending, closed sales 22, days on market 22 days. Average sales price is 762. Medium sales price is 795. Next slide. Lomita, 19 new listings, 24 active, 5 pending, 10 closed. Average days on market 30. Average sales price 933. Medium sales price is 837.5. Next slide. City of Carson, 38 new listings, active 64, pending 25, 29 closed sales, 37 days on average, 747, 369 average, medium is 774. Next slide. City of Harbor City, 19 new listings, 29 active, 6 pending, 8 closed. Your average days on market 28. Average sales price is 874. Medium sales price is 845. Next slide. Palos Verdes, 25 new listings, 61 actives, 11 pending, 12 closed, 23 on average. 3.161 is your average sales price and your medium is 3.1. Next slide. Rancho Palos Verdes, 56, 140, 23, 22 closed, 70 days on average, 1.885, and medium sales price is 1.780. Next slide. Rolling Hills Estates is 13, 29, 6, 5 closed, average 45 days. 1.777, medium sales price is 1.875. Next slide. City of San Pedro, 59, 109, 30 pending, closed 38, average days 45, average sales price 957, medium sales price 857.5. Next slide. Okay. Why is this important to know stats? Yeah, so when you go on a listing, you'll get a good gauge of what's happening in that specific neighborhood, specific city, right? Or when showing buyers too, you know, knowing, is this overpriced? Is this undervalued? Is this where it needs to be, right? You can have those conversations with your clients. So it's important to know stats because now it just shows you as the local expert that you know your cities. Yes, home.
Those stats published on a weekly basis, so yeah, we can do that.
All of this information is straight from the MLS, CRMLS. Yeah, so you can pull all of the data from CRMLS and it'll tell you active, under contract, pending, and sold. And if you want me, I can definitely guide you on how to pull all this information. Okay, upcoming events, next slide. We have our KW family hike, Paradise Fall, Woodwood Park out in Thousand Oaks, Sunday, April 27 at 9 a.m. Next slide. Pet Shop Day, that's Thursday, May 15, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. here at the office. Next slide. And that concludes. Oh, by the way, no contract class this Friday in observance to Good Friday. So we'll skip this week and then we'll resume back again on Friday. So well, that concludes our team meeting. Thank you very much. Now for